Welcome to the Burning Metal Roundup for the month of May. I'm joined again this month by Adrian Williams, the Irish metal maniac, who also has a segment on Metal Messiah Radio. How are things, man?
I'm doing good, man. Hope you're doing well yourself.
Not too bad now, not too bad. You seem to have frozen there.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I just had a bit of a technical issue there, but it's back again now. We've a busy month for Irish metal again. Really busy month, actually. We've got 21 releases, and I have a couple of upcoming things that I want to touch on, but we know are coming, and there's two that are actually out as of now, but we'll just put them in and get to say that they're out there, let them know. So we'll waste no time and kick off into it. We'll kick off with Baden Incarnate, who are due to release their new album this August. Here we go. Play a minute there because we've got a lot to cover on this one. So we usually play a bit longer, but we got a bit better with time management on this one. And you've already heard the album. You were sent on an invite for the promo invite, and what's your verdict?
Yeah, man, it's amazing. It's amazing. Now, people are going to. I know a lot of people will know what they sound like, but this is on another level, man. It's fucking amazing album. It is.
Yeah, the reviews are very strong. I've seen a few reviews that posted, and they've all been very strong so far. So they've clearly given us, but maybe potentially could be their last album. You would never know, and if it is, they're going out on a high, you know.
Yeah, it's yeah, man. It's every track on it is just flawless. Basically, it is. I seen one review, it's 10 out of 10. Couple of days ago, a 10 out of 10 review. It was a long time that happened, you know. But yeah, it's part of any so far. I've been listening to a lot of stuff this year. It just stands out so well. It does, you know. It's definitely probably my favorite album so far this year.
Jesus,
to say what I've heard.
That's high praise because there's been some great stuff released already this year.
You know, I've been listening to them for since the 90s, man. You know.
You're an old school fan, all right. So that was the first time I actually met you when I put on the Abaddon Incarnate gig, and I was then on the Rocks back in.
The Rocks, yeah. Yeah.
That was a good night with a great turnout too. The place was fairly packed. Like, I was happy with it.
Yeah, it was a great night. That was actually
good night. Now, well, it wasn't a great night for me, not because of the bands, I had a health issue at the time that came to a head on that tour because I was out for 3 days, and I had something wrong with me, and it came to a head, and I got treatment afterwards. I was fine, but I don't really remember a lot about it, to be honest with you. But I really do remember it being good, like so. Anyways, we'll kick on anyway. Next up we have Survivalist. Jesus, man, they've released their newest release. It's on Earache. They posted there today the 50,000 fucking streams on it with Rats.
That's correct. Yeah,
for an Irish band, man, 50,000 streams is very, very good. So knock on with Rat here now. Yeah. They're now people got the idea of it anyway. They're metalcore, but they're not. I think they're heavier than metalcore anyway. There's aspects of it, but they're a lot heavier than that.
Yeah. And that track is so addictive. It is,
Very good. Now they're very good.
Nice groove in it as well. There is nice bit of groove.
Yeah, the two lads on guitar, Thomas and I can't remember the other lad's name. I'll have top of my head. They used to be in Donham Day, so they'd been playing together for years, so they were very tight.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, two of the lads were in Donham Day. Yeah, they were a fucking brilliant band. It was an awful shame how they ended up, but what could they do? Like,
yeah, that album is really good as well. Now I'm not usually into that type of stuff, but if they gave that album a listen, they're gonna. I think they're gonna be pretty big eventually. They do.
Yeah, they were just getting going, and then the fucking lockdown started. Like, they'd literally just played maybe 2 gigs, and they'd released a couple of tracks, and
I know.
There recently, and they got to the final of the Metal to the Masses in Belfast, so they're making their way up, and they're on Earache now, and they've got 50,000 views on streams on Spotify of that track with Rat, so people are paying attention to them, like.
Yeah. Oh.
You're getting old, Adrian. And I was fucking. So the evenings there recently after coming in from the bog, man, Jesus Christ, fucking pain. Well, it's worth it though. It's worth it. It fucking way it worth.
Yeah.
Next up, we'll kick on and I can't even pronounce their name. It's Malthusian or Malthusian.
Malthusian.
I was never sure how to pronounce their name. I remember I'd heard of them before, but I hadn't heard from them for years, and then they kind of released a split there obviously this last month, so we'll knock a bit of that on. It's quality stuff, actually. Very good.
Yeah, great band they are.
Yeah. One lad, I remember their band, one of them in particular really doesn't like me, but he doesn't like me. I'm not going to not include them in the roundup because he doesn't like me. Song, but we played a bit of it anyway. People got the idea of it. It's like a black and death metal type thing.
Yeah, man. I've seen them live before, and it's like a wall of sound. Basically, it is.
Imagine from that, yeah.
They're very, very aggressive as well. It's just a boom. Just
that would have been
love that.
An Invictus night, yeah,
as well. They were supporting sadistic intent.
Probably Invictus night, so
that was a good few years ago. That's about over 6 years ago.
Yeah, I haven't heard of them lads playing live in a long time, but they're probably around 40, I'd say. I don't know, but I assume
the lads are a little younger than me. They would be.
They're around 40, so they're around the same age as myself. So. But no, it's great to see them still going, and releasing new music, and
that split is fantastic. Actually,
it is good. Yeah, I listened to it. I listened to it when it came and heard it when it came out, and I was very impressed with it now. So I don't know if I shared it on the Burn of Metal page or not, because 9 times out of 10 now, I don't bother because the pages don't reach anyone anymore, man.
Yeah, I know.
Anyone anymore. Unless you go into the
So
forum and you go into your new and recents tab, you're going to be seeing shit from 3 weeks ago. It's nearly pointless at this stage to put anything up on a page on Facebook. Like,
yeah, I know.
Instagram isn't worth the fuck either, as far as I can tell. It's it's a picture book. Like, it's all it is. Waste of fucking time. Absolute waste. I don't even look at it. It's just stupid shit. Anyways, next up, it's Soothsayer. They've released a video, and they've also released their album on vinyl, Echoes of the Earth. It's a few days ago now that was made available. So, and of course, they've got the Crypt of the Rift coming up with 10 Ton Slug and Elder Druid and Nomadis and another band. I can't remember who they are now, but so probably a good time to get the vinyl out because they're playing live again and just keep the name out there. This is Outer Fringe. We're gonna have to start this about 6.5 minutes in because its song is like 14 minutes long. It's got a massive intro, so we're just gonna have to skip it forward a bit. It's all we can do. We just want to give a bit of an impression of it, but we let it start. We're literally, it's just an intro like we're going to play. So, oh, it's Fringe, Outer Fringe. Oh, it's 2 tracks in one. I didn't realize that. Oh shit.
If you're listening to the album, it's actually 2 tracks.
There's 2 tracks on this as well too. I didn't realize I didn't. Can't represent that the whole 2 tracks, so it's too long. But and another thing, we've mentioned it in the previous podcast. we just said we'll see how it would go a month later. We're just going to move on quick from this. But I'm a Leeds fan. I predicted Leeds would get relegated. You predicted that Liverpool wouldn't win the Premier League. You were right. I was wrong.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of knew that you were going to stay up.
I didn't, man. It was touch and go, man. It really was touch and go. It was the second last game. They equalised in the 93rd minute and got the point. That was when I thought we might have a chance, but that was the 93rd minute. So we were literally that close to the edge. It was miraculous. But the most sickening thing I think as a Liverpool fan would be Villa go 2-0 up. Coutinho scores, ex-Liverpool player. You're thinking we have it. And next thing, Gundogan, a fucking Klopp prodigy, comes off the fucking bench and wins the game for City, and Liverpool lose the title. Like, that's just, that's sick, isn't it? The way all the stories combined into one.
Yeah, I know. What can you do?
What can you do? We'll move on from that now anyway. We just wanted to put it in there that Con was happy anyway. He was fucking happy. Myself and himself were chatting. I think he messaged me around 11 o'clock at night and just said, "I told you so. I told you we'd do it." Like, he probably had a bit of whiskey in him at that point. I'd say, "I know I had a few beers in me anyway." But we were both happy anyway, let's put it that way. Yeah. And of course, we've touched on Soothsayer now, and the Crypt of the Rift is coming up. And if you're in Belfast, go to that because Soothsayer are fucking class, man. And next up, we have you've seen Organ Blender released a new track, Captain Crunch. This is probably the second track in the month now. It's a good advertisement for the album, I think.
Yeah.
Stick on a bit of them there now, innit? now. So yeah, it's a organ blender. They're moving on every time they're releasing something. They're always up in the ante a bit, like they're getting more experimental. And you were impressed when you seen them live last week, anyway.
And deadly they are. They're really good, man. You know, that's where they really shine. It is. No, it's amazing. It is. No.
Yeah, they're getting a bit of traction behind them with this now, anyway, and so not too many views on this one. It's only got 370, but it's still 370 views. You know, if you're getting anyone to check you out these days, it's good because it's getting harder and harder, as we've touched on there about the Facebook page reach stuff and everything else, like an Instagram bin shit, like so. There's room for a new social media, I think, but they won't happen because they won't be able to. It wouldn't work. Nobody bother. Like
no, it won't be able to. Sure. You know, I tried using MeWe, and there was a Friends project, and there's not many people on them. There's not enough people on them. Basically,
there won't be either.
Yeah.
We need MySpace back, man. That's what I think. Bring back fucking MySpace. I don't have to deal with anyone's fucking drama and fucking life meltdowns. I just check out music, you know.
Yeah.
The next, of course. This lad now it's fucking ridiculous. Tomas Hines for Oshi Ganunuka. He released another fucking track like it's what? He's only 16, man. It's ridiculous. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. I was 16, man. I was definitely wasn't able to do that anyway. Let's put it that way. And there we are. The kingdom will die. I'm not gonna. This is like 7 minutes again, and so I will play a minute and just. All we can do.
Dare to do it now. Dare to do it finally.
Go ahead, ads. Go ahead with your ads. He's a serious talent, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
As we said, time management's got to be good on this one, but that's one of his best songs yet, I think.
Yeah. Just keeps getting better and better. He does.
Yeah, the new style of vocals he's introducing now as well, the kind of drony type vocals as well, like, you know.
Yeah.
He's just getting more confident.
And the atmosphere has just gone on to a different level altogether with it. No,
it's scary to think he's only 16 now, isn't it? Like, it really is. Like,
combining that rawness as well, raw emotion, it's fantastic. It is.
Yeah, and I was
tell people, I played that song on the segment the other night, and I was telling them in the chat room, they were going, he's only 16, 17. They were going, what? It's said, this is amazing.
He turned 16 there a few months ago. He's not even near 17 yet. He could have another fucking 2 albums released by the time he's 17. Like, he's already released a split with Balor last month, and now he's released a track this month, and
yeah, that's an album. That's going to be on an album.
Oh, I know it is. Yeah, but he just dropped it because whatever. I have a new song out here. Check it out. Crazy, but it's great to see him kicking on, and he's doing very well too. Like, we did a podcast, and unfortunately, a computer malfunction. I lost the fucking thing, and we're going to do it again, but the three of us getting together at the same time has been difficult. But we will do it. But
yeah,
he has come on leaps and bounds. Like the Tomas I met first on through this whole Burning Metal Shooting the Breeze thing. He was a rabbit in the headlights, and now he's just like, it's like fucking Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer. Like, he's come from fucking there. He's like he's,
I know.
he's really come out of his shell, and it's great to see him. Long way to continue. And next up, we have an EP that was released, a death metal band from the north, Insidious Void, who released their self-titled debut EP, which is very good, very, very good. Upon a Dead World, we'll knock a bit of this up, give it a minute. I'll leave it at that there. You've got the idea of it now anyway. Well, very good. There's an intro and 3 tracks.
Man.
There's an intro and 3 tracks, and they're all solid, aren't they?
Yeah, it's really good release. It is.
It is, yeah.
Man, I just that and another album I won't mention. I mentioned another EP that was released recently. I can't stop listening to either of them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that opening, you know, the track after the intro, Trinity Downfall, man, that is so, it's some riff in that. It is, you know. But that whole EP is fantastic. It is. You know?
It's great to see Shane back, because we pointed out before, he was originally Enshrouded, who unfortunately, with Danny passing away, they came to an end, and then he jumped into Rupturation, which was kind of like a rebound band. But now he's kind of found he's got his own little project now in Insidious Void, and they played the Metal to the Masses final in Belfast, and they've played a gig there recently with Acid Age, so things are moving up for them now. They're just getting going again, so which is great. So, and when they release like that underneath their belt, and they're only going to get better, you know, I reckon. So he's still young. He's only 24, 25, I think. I'm not entirely sure.
For man, for a 3-piece, the technical ability is unreal. You know, it's so tight as well. You know.
Yeah, you'd assume there was 2 guitars there minimum, anyway.
Yeah.
No, they're very good. They're very good. Next up, we have another band. A band I've known of for years, but I've never actually listened to them to this week. Would you believe? Is Darkest Era? They've come back with a new single.
Yeah.
Released on Candle. They're signed to Candlelight Records. Released a new track, Floodlands. This is over 7 minutes again, but we're only playing a minute anyway, so we couldn't really give you an idea. Ads. Go away with your fucking ads. Here we go. Definitely got a copyright claim on this for sure, anyway. longer because of the long intro, but that's actually a great track. I really like it.
Yeah.
And they've announced a headline show, the Distortion Project, as well too. So I don't know when it is exactly, but they've got one coming up anyway.
Yeah, I think it's sometime. I think it's not. Is it September? It's the album launch.
I'm not sure. I seen it briefly there. I just seen it was mentioned.
Yeah, no, that track is really good, really epic. So you can even tell it's very epic sounding as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can understand why they've got a big following after listening to this, because I don't know why I never checked them out before. I knew they existed. I knew they were popular, but I just never fucking thought to check them out. And then obviously I checked this out, and I can understand why they've got a following. Like, they've got 13,000 views on that already. Like, and it's only out fairly recent, so they're doing well for themselves. Like, nice. And so you've nothing else to add on them, no? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah.
Nothing to say about them, no?
What?
You have nothing else to add about Darkest Era, no?
Oh, no.
Okay, move on. So, and next we have a new project. It's Asylum Road. It's a 2-man project, as far as I'm aware right now, and it's with Darren McCartney, who was in Hybris and Proxus. He's joined on vocals, and this was the first track they released, Changing of the Tide. So I'll knock a bit of them up. It's a demo more than anything, so the sound isn't as crisp as some of the others, but they're just getting their feet, like. So you checked it out, you did, yeah?
No, I didn't get to check that out. That sounds pretty good, actually. It does.
Good, yeah, they are very good. Like, the two guys have got a pedigree, like.
It sounds pretty good. It does.
As I said, it's early days with them. Like, Darren is one of the best frontmen I've ever seen. Full stop. He's a fucking animal on a frontman. And he was mad. The Hybris were getting really popular before it fell apart on them, and he was doing all right with Proxus, but they just never fucking happened. I don't know why. So I think this might be more up his alleyway now. It's more of a studio project, because he's got kids and stuff. Like, you can't really. When you get older and have kids and shit, like. So, but I see Darren still going, because he's too talented not to be going. Like, we need to have all our best men on the job, as I say. We'll move on to another band from the north as well. Archives. They're like a hardcore metalcore type band, but a bit like earlier with Survivalist. I like them. I think they're good. Like, they're making a lot of right noise as well too. People are paying attention.
Yeah. I think they're playing Fibbers next week.
it there. Like, I really like the Drummond in that. It's fucking like pure double kick. Like,
Yeah.
I think them lads are playing.
Good song that is, actually.
What was that?
They're playing Fibbers this week, I think. I think they're playing Fibbers next week.
Oh, the Rage Metal Night thing, yeah.
No. Through it's not the Rage, mate. It's through same OD promotion as well.
Yeah, that'd be the type of thing Mikey be all over anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making a name for themselves. Like, I think I'm fairly sure they got to the final, the Metal to the Masses final as well, the first goal as well. So that's good, like, you know. It'll be difficult for a band like them though, and the Metal to the Masses, I think, because in the Metal to the Masses, you know, there's obviously going to be certain bands that'll be. Simon Hall will have certain styles you'd be looking for, and all over the UK now you'd have bands like that left, right, and centre. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not saying they won't ever play Bloodstock or anything like that, but they're off to a good start anyway. You know.
Yeah.
Well, fair play to them. Like people are, as I say, people are paying attention, so that's a good thing. You know, because the young band, you know, sometimes it's very difficult to get a bit of traction going, but no, it's working out well for them. And next up we have Ren Marabou and the Berserkers, who we missed last month because I don't know what was a mistake in my life. I'm sure Ren was releasing something every fucking month anyway, so we might as well just put him in every month by default because he'd probably be releasing something anyway. We'll stick on a bit of Let's Drink Mead. Ads. I'll knock it off there with that. What the hell happened there? Fucking woo! Ren, they're really like a good time metal band, aren't they? Like,
yeah, it's a lot of fun. You can tell it's a lot of fun. It is, man. I'd love to see them live.
I've actually seen them live. Would you believe?
Yeah.
They played that fucking underground hidden gig we had out in the bog in Roscommon last summer.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, that's one little thing I'll always have under my cap, even though I'm not wearing a cap. As we put on the first multi-band gig in fucking nearly 2 years, we were out in the bog in Roscommon, near enough to it, like. And we built a stage in a shed, and we had 4 bands. We had Black Shuck, we had Red Marabou, we had Lugosi, and we had a local lad, Lyle Dove.
Yeah, all right.
I was a bit of crack. There was only about 40 people there. We kept it very under the radar. We had to, like, you know. We weren't doing anything illegal at the time. The laws had changed, but we didn't want every Tom, Dick, and Harry arriving out either, you know.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I should look at it. Was a bit of crack anyway, and with a barbecue and a few bands and a fucking generator fuck up that I'll tell you about again. That I'm getting grayer by the day, man. And shit like that. And like the whole Iron Mountain Metal Festival was supposed to be this weekend if it went ahead.
Yeah.
The more time goes on, the more I'm like, oh, thank God I don't have to do it. You know, thank God I don't have to do it. I'd love to have done it, but thank God I don't have to do it because it's not. It would have been worth it, but look, that couldn't be done. There's loads of reasons, but biggest reason was I didn't have a crew anymore. Like, because when I put everyone together in 2019, there was a big gang of us, and it was 3 years later nearly, and I started talking to everyone, and they weren't able to commit. They moved on with their lives. They had no choice. Like, they couldn't wait around forever for the music business to kick back in. Some of them lads had families, like, they had to go off driving a van or whatever they had to do. Like, they couldn't be trying to get through everything on €350 a week. It wouldn't have been possible, like, but sure, what can we do? And next up, we'll move on to Lady Axe, and she's South African, isn't she, originally?
From South Africa originally.
Yeah, South African. Tasha, yeah.
Natasha, yeah.
Yeah, Natasha,
yeah. She's a horror writer as well.
I don't know anything about her, to be honest with you. Is she a horror writer as well, yeah?
Yeah.
She seems to be fairly talented. She seems to have her fingers in a few pies, all right. She seems to be, which is good, like. Good.
Yeah.
Lock on a bit here now, anyway. I'll give it a minute and see it. Here we go. She's a horror writer. She's a horror star, of course.
Ya sabe cómo sigue, ¿no? Usted cierra la puerta. El diablo la abre y el hombre la mantiene abierta. It's got a really kind of got a European kind of gothic-y, horror-y vibe, like.
Yeah, it's a little lo-fi sound is very haunting, vibe, very ethereal voice as well.
Is she a one-person project? She is, or has she got a band?
I think sometimes her daughter does leads on some of the tracks.
Really?
Yeah, she released an album back in November. I think it was November, called Kairos. It's really good. It is.
And her daughter does stuff with it as well.
Sometimes she's involved in the project, but she does most of it herself. She does. Yeah.
Fucking hell. That's impressive, so man. I
know. It's just simple, It's very simple, basic production, and it does the job.
It is, yeah. But it's a one-person project, and she's just releasing it because she wants to release it. And all I'd say to her is fair play and keep going, And if she's into writing horror and all sorts of stuff, that's great. Like that's cool. Like,
yeah.
I don't know anything about. I just don't know anything about her. I know she's been around for years, but I don't know anything, like, not from or anything. I've never met her or anything like that, which can happen. But next up, we've got they're not an Irish project. They're based in Canada, but they've got an Irish member. He's from the north. That's correct? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Knock a bit of them on. So these are Heir to Ash, and this is Blasphemy.
that they're actually really fucking good, man. That's the first time I've ever listened to them.
Yeah, that EP it's fantastic. It is.
I must check it out, man. As I said to you earlier, before we were setting up, and I may have said it on this, I don't know. I've had a really fucking busy month. Like I haven't had time to check out anything really. I was a bit of a scramble at the last minute trying to fucking comb through groups and everywhere just to try and get all this together to make sure we had everything covered. But no, I must deep dive further. I shared it on the page, alright, but I just kind of just shared it just go on, go out you go. No, not that I was. You told me they were good anyway, so.
Yeah. The first track they launched from that EP, Forbidden Land, it's kind of like mixture of bottom and early In Flames.
Yeah.
Basically melodic death metal. But this song
right up my street, man.
Yeah, it's really good. But there's elements of it's kind of elements of metal, slight elements of metalcore in it, along with the melodic death metal. And it sounds really good. It does. The whole EP. I think it's 7 tracks. But it's been a couple of weeks since I listened to it. But it's really good.
I must listen to that now. To be fair, I just, as I said, man, I had a busy month. But no, that sounds good because I was really into fucking Children of Bodom and In Flames back in the day, man. All their earlier stuff, man. I fucking loved it, like.
Yeah.
It's a shame what In Flames have become now, though, isn't it?
I know. Yeah. It's very sad what happened to him, you know.
Oh, with Alexei, but sure.
Yeah, he had some fucking illness.
I think he was always going to die young, man. I think he was a header, like, you know.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
You don't get the nickname Wild Child for no. If you're called, if your nickname is Wild Child in the metal community,
oh yeah,
you're wild. Oh, you are wild.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll move on, and Dracon have reissued their album. Jeez, I can't do the name of it now, man. I just long day, but they've really reissued on cassette, and I don't even, to be honest with you, man, I don't even think this is the right track I've lined up. I think this could have been on the previous one. I'm not entirely sure, but I was just, as I said, man, this was kind of like a last minute fucking, but it's a black metal fucking thing. So if you like black metal, you like the sound. That's definitely from the Great Mesa fucking EP, actually, now that I listen to it. It's not from the album at all, but Draconis are amazing anyway, so if you like black metal, I would suggest you just check out all of Draconis' stuff because it's really fucking good. Like, it's all from
and they have a slightly there's a slightly theatrical
what?
They have a slightly theatrical element to them as well.
Oh, they've got loads of elements to them, man. They really are doing something different. Well, they're not doing something different as other bands doing it, but they do kind of have their own vibe going on, as much as you can in black metal. And anyway,
Yeah.
Kind of like a passion project by Saul, because he's in Waylander and they're playing in the Templemore Metal Festival tonight, and this was his other project, and I hadn't heard anything from a while. They lost a load of members, but they seem to be back to full strength again now, and they're coming back live and stuff. So
Yeah.
hopefully now the reissuing the album on cassette now is a good idea, because it's kind of like a hardcore collector's thing, and maybe draw a bit more attention to it, because it wouldn't say it didn't get the attention it deserved, but it definitely could have deserved more. Like so.
Yeah.
Sure. That's what you're going to do. And next up, another band from the north, Baleful Creed, who released a new single there during the week, or last week, I think it was. Mr. Grimm. I fucking love this song.
Yeah, it's a great song. It is.
Fucking riffs, man. Riffs on top of fucking riffs.
Yeah, I know. Big juicy riffs. And
fucking steak, man. Steak of riffs.
I'm going to be playing this next Thursday on the segment.
Are you? Yeah.
The songs I'll be playing. I won't say which other ones I'm going to be playing. So not yet, anyway.
Keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Lock them on, so. Stopping that song, man. I fucking love it.
Yeah, I know.
I was
thinking that myself.
Like, oh fuck, I have to stop this here. Baleful Creed.
Rock and roll.
Huh?
They basically rock and roll, just big juicy rock and roll riffs, basically. Deadly.
They've been around for a good few years now as well, Baleful Creed. Like, I checked them out years ago, and I knew they were still there. I didn't. I no offense to them. I don't know why I didn't listen to them, but when I heard this, I was just like, this. Yeah, I'm back on board with Baleful Creed now. If this is what they're going to be doing, like, this is fucking great.
Yeah, I was talking to the guitarist for them, John, yesterday.
Yeah.
I was talking to him for a while yesterday. I was playing that on the segment, basically. It seems like a sound guy anyway. It's great fucking guitar player.
Mm-hmm. Now I've heard great things about them. I know Neil from Lugosi used to be in them at one point.
Oh right, yeah.
He was in them at one point, so like, no, they seem to be good lads, and. Yeah. Gotta keep releasing stuff like that. Fucking bring it on, man. Bring it on. That's what I say. And next up, we've got something very different. This is a strange one, man, for me, because not strange, but the band Celtic, they released a song about Tuam, about the fucking shit that happened in Tuam.
Yeah.
Like, as far as I'm aware, there's not one Irish lad in that band.
Yeah, they live in Wexford.
But they're not actually Irish. They're all from other countries, I think. They've all got foreign names, like.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, so I was thinking like, would an Irish band actually go as far as to write a song about Tuam? And I was surprised, but I wasn't surprised that they were all like,
Yeah,
live here now, but they
I
were
know.
from somewhere else, because I think the Irish bands would be kind of a bit fearful about touching on that, wouldn't it? These lads don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was.
Well, no matter, they're based in Ireland now, and fair play to them for actually putting a song together about the Tuam thing, because somebody had to have the fucking cojones to fucking do that, like. An old intro is keep the forward as well, bit. I will leave it there now. People have got the idea of it, but it's a really cool video as well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
None there, and the fucking devil over, like fucking talking to her. I was just like, yeah, that's the way to go. It's fitting though, man, because if they were people of God, they would
Yeah.
never have done the fucking things they'd done, man. That was fucking crazy, man. Like.
Yeah. But that song, I think they're going to be releasing another song soon. They're
very active on social media anyway, so they're definitely got something in the works anyway.
Dad, you know what that stands, Celtic? It's Celtic Resurrection Cult.
Yeah. I couldn't just think of the other name. They've got two names in one. I just call them Celtic because it's easier to remember.
Yeah.
Oh no! I'm looking forward to what they come out with next. Do you know anything about them, or their previous, their bands or anything?
I don't know if they're I think the vocalist might be in it previously. So he added it. I have him added on Facebook, and no, but
fucking
the production and that is fantastic. It is, and I think two of the members are father and son. I think.
Yeah.
I think so. No.
Deadly.
No.
Look, man, if you've got a player, you got a player. Like, father and son, all the better. Like, to be tighter. Like, well, fair play to them.
Yeah, no.
I'm looking forward to seeing what they do next, anyway.
Yeah.
And now we're moving on to something completely fucking different. Strangers with Guns.
Oh, deadly, lovely.
With their new track, I Am Henry Rollins. I think this is probably their best track yet.
Yeah. I've been listening to a few of their tracks, a couple of them. This one sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it's a really good one. Now, this is definitely one of how would I say this? They came out with a kind of an pure alternative, and they've kind of got a bit heavier over time. I think they've kind of adapted to the fact that there's no real proper alternative scene here. That Hot Press doesn't give a fuck about you, so.
Yeah.
Try and get them. Like, they played the last Siege of Limerick, and they've done pretty well there, so. We'll put on a bit of I Am Henry Rollins. Lads! I hate lads. Let's not do this.
stay up late at night. Getting up here alone. And you start seeing things too clearly. You might find you want to watch it all burn. Who knows who can pay attention? Time slows in you too late to die. Red roses for horses and thin nose. It's never funny when you ask why. It's all good. It's all a crime. I'll give it a minute there. There's a real Roland's band vibe to that anyway, for definite anyway. It's like he's
Great
deliberately,
song. I think they're releasing the album next month.
Yeah, there was. You remember they told me that before, that the album was coming soon. All right, I'm not entirely sure, but if that's where they're going with it,
I know. It's going to be something to look forward to anyway. You know,
it's something different anyway. You know, because it's.
Yeah.
I've seen people say the Strangers with Guns are one of the most original bands in Ireland to the worst band in Ireland. You know, it doesn't seem. I don't think there's a middle ground with them. I think they're where you fucking just don't like them, like.
Yeah, I know. It's can't please everyone.
If you're trying to please people, you'll never be happy anyway. But sure. No, they're doing well, and I said they played the Siege. I didn't get to see them all because it was kind of a time where all the stages were running, and I was kind of bouncing around trying to see a bit of everyone. But what I did see, I was impressed, and they've got a Brian Watchorn that used to be in Val Normal in on bass now, so he's been a great addition to the band. Like,
all right, yeah.
They had a second guitarist briefly as well, but I don't know. It didn't happen. I don't know what happened, but I think they're on the lookout. But sure, I don't know. We'll see what happens with them anyway. But that's a good track anyway. And next we're on to another, but like Ren Marabou, who we could nearly potentially put in every month, is Keith McCoy.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we had Keith McCoy last month. And we have him twice this month.
Yeah.
Projects.
That's correct. Yeah.
Fuck, he's ridiculous, man. I don't keep going, man. Keep going. We'll knock a bit of it out, man. This is 7, 8, 9 from his EP. What's it called? Tacky Boots. Shit.
Tacky Boots and Technology.
Tacky Boots and Technology. Here we go. There, but he's some boy for his fucking progressive fucking metal and horror synth stuff, like, you know, and
yeah,
I don't know if he.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if maybe if you get a vocalist on one of his
Good
releases.
sound is. I know. That's what I'm always thinking. What would that be like with a vocalist, man? It's really heavy. It is, you know. really heavy.
He just keeps pumping it out, and what I said, we'll cover him again later on in a heavier project yet again. This one has vocals, like. Oh no, he's pumping them out, so fair play to him. And next up, we have a band that recently released their EP, Pure Sonic Outcasts.
Good stuff. All right.
Oh, they were very good. Over the minute there now, but it was a bit of a long intro, but that's a great EP.
Yeah, man, that riff reminds me of the pace of it, Mandatory Suicide. Yeah. You know,
never copped it until you said it, but yes,
I've been listening to it a lot, and it just dawned on me. Holy shit, you know. And I mentioned it to the guitarist, Stephen. I did. That is a fantastic EP. There's the two instrumentals are really good as well, you know. It's kind of very psychedelic vibe with them. But they're really heavy they are as well. I saw them at that Cookstown thing as well.
Yeah, you remember telling me that right before, yeah, and you were very impressed by them.
Yeah. Really good.
Did they get to the Metal to the Masses final as well in the North as well? I think they did, didn't they?
I don't think so. I think they got to the semis.
Semis, I remember.
I think. I'm not wrong now. I can't remember.
They're playing a lot of gigs though.
Yeah, I know. They're playing Lisbon in a couple of weeks with Nomadus and Conjuring Fate and Saint Hellfire are on that bill as well.
Jeez.
You know?
Really good fucking gig.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll move on to the next one now. We're getting near the end now anyway. The next one we have, it's very different, but it's a Ritual Effect. Broken Record, and I haven't actually listened to this track yet, so this is the first time I'm going to listen to it. Who are you, man? I'm Paul. I'm Paul. What's your name? I'm Drummond. No, I'm Paul. Yeah. Get out from behind my kid. What's your problem behind the kid? Paul off. bit over a minute there now, but I'll give that track a spin after we've done this, man. I didn't get the chance. Ritual Effect are good though.
Man, yeah, deadly, man, deadly. You got a great live band as well. They're really fun to watch live.
Yeah, I have a few stories about. I have a good few stories about Mo I've heard over the years. He's a front man. Front man with a twist. And did you see that himself, Mo, that he used to be an Angry Chair, and Jason McGuinness and Creep and a few other boys have started a new Alice in Chains tribute act.
All right. Yeah, I didn't know he used to be Angry Chair. I remember them actually. They're still going.
Angry Chair, and himself and Jason from Creep have started a new Alice in Chains. Like that has serious potential, man, because Jason has the fucking Alice in Chains voice, like.
All right, yeah. To Creep. It's a while since I listened to them actually.
Yes, he doesn't like it when people compare Creep to Alice in Chains, but it's the laziest description because they are different, but they just have similar harmonies and stuff. So I think that Alice in Chains like tribute band, if you're into Alice in Chains and when they get going, you'd be definitely I should know their names. It's something to do with fuck. But I'll end it in the next video anyway because I haven't kept going yet. I'll make sure we mention it in the next roundup and get it out there properly because they have a big fucking potential. Like, I don't know where my phone. I'll leave the phone out of the room on purpose in case it rings. And last on the releases now, we've got Keith McCoy again, but not. He's in them drumming in Symbiotic Tomorrow, which is very good. Great EP.
Yeah.
We'll stick on the old radio edit, as they call it themselves. It's a bit of a less. Seems to be a bit of a problem with the upload on the video. I think seems to be some sort of I don't know. It comes across a bit muddy on our end. It's not. I don't know, but I don't know what that could be. But it's a great EP anyway.
Yeah, it is a great EP. Man, the guitar, man. Your man Allen's a great guitar player, and fucking Keith's drumming is odds, man. I know we talk about it a lot. The drumming is unreal. It is, man. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, it's great to see like the Limerick boys down there. They really are supportive of each other, aren't they? Like they're all kind of.
They I noticed that. All right.
That's probably why like you've got bands like Cannibal Corpse and fucking whatnot playing on Limerick because they actually fucking support like.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't get that in Galway, and unfortunately, before we touched, but that was our last release. But unfortunately, like we're going to touch on this as well. The Paranoid Beast Promotions are calling it a day down in Cork. Like,
that's
a big fucking blow to Cork, man.
Yeah, I know. I know it's for Cork getting fucking put. They're losing a lot of stuff down there. Just a pity.
Because they were the boys that had put on the bigger gig. Like, I don't know. I won't go into any detail on here, but you need to have a few bob to put on a big gig, and they had the few bob. Like, and is there anyone in Cork now that has the few bob that potentially could try it?
Yeah, I know.
Dead Cult seems to be more of a local band's promotion. I think I don't know anything about the man.
Yeah,
I don't know what he have the money behind him to maybe try what Paranoid Beasts were doing.
Yeah. I know it's pity about it's sickening, what can you do?
It's a shame, like, because
Yeah,
Cork seem to be on. But Cork, it's a weird one, man. They seem to it seems to go so far and then it seems to stop again. I don't know why. I've been in Cork once in my life. I don't know what the story with it is, but not knocking Cork or the metal scene in Cork, but it just seems to like the old pub they used to have, a metal pub that kind of imploded on itself, and but still they've got the Fred scene going on with Dead Cut, like so, and but it's a shame the Paranoid Beasts are gone, and of course Petrified Promotions, Danny, of
yeah,
course he's gone as well. So and but at least there's something going on down there
I
anyway.
know. Yeah,
There's nothing going on. There was stuff going on in Galway and Sally Longs, but there's not a lot else really, to be honest. Like it's thin on the ground, like. Well, but sure, look at if you don't have the cop population, man. I remember when I was in Damage in Galway, we used to run gigs in the cellar, and we'd be celebrating if we got 40 people in.
yeah.
No, it's just I don't know. It doesn't suit the town or whatever it is. I don't know. But Limerick is driving, as we were saying anyway. So fair play. And a few the upcoming releases that we've Astronaut are coming back. Would you believe?
All right, Jesus.
Yeah, Astronaut are back, man. They have an album coming out.
Jesus, it's a long time since that name.
Yeah, the fucking released 10 years since they released their first the first release 10 years ago, and now they have a new one coming out now. I thought they were gone. Yeah, I haven't heard of them in fucking years, man.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah. Baller has track out Monday.
Oh yeah, it was good. I had him on the list here, but yeah, he's another track coming out. Rob, yeah, fucking hell, man.
Yeah, I know.
Another fucking one that just so prolific, like.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. It's great that Astronaut are back. Like I
know. I'm surprised when you said that. Actually, you mentioned their name.
I didn't go over the upcoming stuff with you because we were just trying to make sure we had the releases and all online, and we weren't worried about the future. And of course, Wolf Council have an album coming out soon, I believe.
All right, geez, yeah, you mentioned that before to me. All right.
Yeah, did I? I wasn't sure if we'd covered it before, but they're promoting now again, so they've got something coming soon. They're looking for a label or something. I don't know for sure, but it's in the works.
Yeah.
And I can't pronounce their name, even though I've seen them at Coscrad.
Coscrads, yeah.
The black metal band. I've seen them at the Seeds, man. They're fucking class.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have an album coming out on Invictus Productions fairly soon. I don't remember the name of the album. The release of the album title and stuff. I don't remember what it was, but that's a very good one. That's a good one anyway for definite, because they're fucking great band, man. And got releases. These have actually released two of the bands that have released and already this month. We'll just mention them here before we wrap her up. Was Kessler Effect and Theories Divide, would you believe?
Yeah. I think what you call it's going to be releasing an album in a couple of months. Sonus Mortis.
Yeah, he's got one. We mentioned that in the last one as well. Like, he's got one coming, yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't think I thought Theories Divide were gone. I was amazed.
Yeah. Jesus.
It's quite a few years as well, like.
Yeah. Jesus.
Right, and last but no means least.
Siri, yeah.
They done it. They got the fucking 3 albums out.
Yeah, I know, man. I was going to mention that. You already said that. And it, boom.
Fair play to Dara, man, and fair play to everyone involved.
Oh, I know. Great job, fantastic job.
Amazing, man. Amazing. Absolutely fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And also, would you believe, like, I've actually had the podcast before. I talked with Crusher of Noisy Mothers, like, the band that got me into fucking metal.
Yeah.
And he was going through prostate cancer treatment, and he got through it this month. So.
Oh, that's great news.
So he's on and there was a thing with Crusher he used to do where he used to review albums back in the day, and he'd just throw them away like a Noisy Mother. So, in tribute to the All Ireland Metal Project for getting 3 albums out, there's no CD in here, just in case anyone thinks I'm smashing the CD. And then Crusher for beating fucking prostate cancer. Ooh, don't need that anymore. Oh, let's get back to me. Anyways, sure, we'll leave it at that, man. And thanks to everyone who joined in. And if you've made it to the end, maybe like and share and subscribe or whatever, because we'll be doing this every month. And thanks for everyone again. And cheers.
Cheers.